to Transformers Step by Step Oil Spill. That was a horrible picking up. Let me do that again. Oil Spill. With his arms down now. So, by the way, I don't know if his name's actually Oil Spill because this is a guy that I got at a garage sale. So, I think he's Oil Spill. I mean, I could be wrong with that, but hey. So this guy, as far as I know, has absolutely no lore, so you're not going to have that background information portion. But let's have the pencil test. So, he stands up pretty high against it. Against the pencil, but like he's around half the pencil actually, which is pretty tall because, I mean, this guy's a small guy. Like what I think is like he's pretty scrawny. I don't know how tall. I don't know. I didn't think he was actually this tall. I'm having an epiphany here, but he again has horrible standing, so I had to hold down his feet for the entire process. But, I mean, you can sort of mirror feet by the hinging joints. Speaking of which, we're going to transform this guy into his car mode. Yeah, this guy's a pretty good figure, just super loose joints, so it's really hard to do. So, as long, like, you can't stand him up on a stand or anything, but he's cool. So, let's do this. So, first thing you want to do is take these arms and double hinge them onto those little shoulder blades there. And then hinge his head back by just pressing on the front of it. Boom. Then, you know, fling the back down, fling this part around, push it down, keep these parts down right now. So, next thing you want to do is hinge up the feety joints. That was great. Hinge up the feety joints, yes. Hinge up the feet, and then turn them and push them together until you hear a click. Well, that was a soft click, but soft click. And then hinge this, like unhook it, hinge it backwards, and there's some little holes, and those pegs go in there. Boom. Hinge these things back into themselves, and just hinge them until they fit around the front car. Well, the back of the car, the front car, which is the back of the car. I'm saying this because that's the front of his robot mode. You know what I mean. And then those little tabs and those little slits, slide them in. And there you go, you have your little car mode. This thing looks like a sports car. I'm not good with cars or anything. I like Transformers. But this is a sports car. Don't know much about him. Yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. Again, no background information on him, and even if there was background information on him in the movies, which he's from the movie toy line, you wouldn't know. I mean, I didn't see him, and they only pay attention to a few characters in the movie, like Devastator, for example. Like, you don't really get to see the individual parts of the whole, but you get to see how cool and awesome he is because he's a giant combining thing. Can I speak today? A giant combiner that sucks up pyramids. That's not the point. But this guy doesn't have a characterization as far as I know. But he is quite cool. Maybe he has some characterization in the comics, but I don't know. By the way, I'm going to change him back into his robot mode. You can do this pretty fast. But the reason I'm doing this is because to show you his hands. Oh boy, his hands. So this is going to be a weird thing in itself. So, you know how most Transformers, one second, let me just burst out a random Transformer. This one isn't random because I have multiple things to say. But Trax, for example, you see, Generations Trax, for example, you see how he has holes in his hands so that you could, like, stick a thing in there? You know, like, just stick it in, little slot there. He can hold it. Would you like to see what his hands look like? If you tried to fit in a weapon there, it's just gonna fall to the ground. But he's storing the 3mm clips on his hand. They're really hard to see, but you see those little cylinders on his hands? Now let's take this gun, which I did not know was from Generations Trax until very recently. it can, okay, it's gonna take a while, but using these 3mm clips, whoop, dee-doo, he has a gun in his hand now. Now that's cool. And, you know, same with this thing, 3mm clips. This is from, Wreck-Gar, Power of the Prime's Wreck-Gar. And look, now I can hold this little thing. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool system. I mean, if you have some 3mm clips things, then you could definitely use it. So why did I bring out this guy? So, this is the part where I'd usually end the review, but, got a few revisions for this guy. So first of all, this guy's the original mold, because in my tracks video, I said that, he's a repaint of, Wheeljack. I said he's a repaint of Wheeljack. Yeah, that's not true. He's not a repaint of Wheeljack, and he's his own mold. In the car mode, you can flip out these wings. Forgot to say that. He has a rub sign, which if you don't know what that is, you just rub it. 1 second, let me rub it. Because, I mean, right now it looks, you know, when you saw it, it looks black, but now, boom. Look, it's color. There's color, because you have to rub it with your, like, fingers, and it becomes cool. So, yeah, it's cool like that. Not much else to say about this guy. I made a few mistakes, but, yeah. And also, I forgot to, you know, show his guns in the video. But, hey, we all make mistakes sometimes. Some more than others. Like me, I made quite a few mistakes on that video. But, hey, if you like this video, then hit that like button, subscribe. We all make mistakes. Goodbye.